Hi guys, Lee here from Trading College with your free market update. Okay, let's dive into the Nasdaq. I want to look at the euro dollar as well, because over the last several weeks, if you've been watching these videos, then you realize that we've been bearish tech. And I want to show you why, because we're in a very important stage or important area on the chart here where we can see a significant sell-off and a drop even further from where we are now. Now, just a little bit of a reminder, if you're new to trading, remember the market goes up in waves. It goes up, impulse, corrective, goes up in waves, pullbacks, up, back. And it's these pullbacks that we want to look for. When it comes back down, we look for the green buy on the PTS and then we go back up. We look for the buy, it comes back down, we get red, we look for the buy. And generally an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so we're looking for these turning points in the markets to get long. Now, you can see here that maybe this recent price action, we've seen a drop down, okay, and we haven't made a green and a new lower low. What we have made is a lower high. You can see that this is the high, this is a lower high, and we've certainly sold off from there down to 12,602, which is where we're actually sitting now on the Pro Trade System target. These lines here are our profit targets, this is our entry, and this is our stop placement. So it's important we're looking at these profit targets. So the dynamics on the daily chart has changed, but you might say, well, the dynamics changed a little bit here, and then we went higher, and that's perfectly reasonable thing to say. But it just feels a little bit different because I need to go out to the monthly time frame. And trading's not about really feel, it's about facts and what is actually happening with price on a chart. And if you look at the monthly chart, it's gone parabolic, hasn't it? And I've been saying we're getting too far away from the moving averages, just like Bitcoin did when it was running up to 20,000 the first time around. When the moving averages, we're just using the 8 period here, as the moving average starts to climb and then the price gets away from it, there's a gap. Now that gap tends to be filled. It reverts back to the mean. In fact, it always gets filled, guys. It always comes back and reverts back to those moving averages. And so we had a very high storyteller. We were away from the major moving averages. And we sort of last month, February, we put in a shooting star type candlestick. It's not my most perfect shooting star that I'd like to see, because I'd like to see the body of it way down here and the rejection at the highs. So sellers came in last month in February and pushed the market down. Now we've broken the low of last month, which is significant. So we're dropping nicely. Now, as we go back to the daily chart, this area was key. We had a trend predictor short right here, which is this red arrow, pushing it down. Okay, so remember the waves, as we look at the waves, we go down and then we go back up into the red arrow, we break it below the low and we're back down really nicely. So now we could go for a phase. We've got the 200 period moving average here, which everyone's going to be watching, by the way. We'll probably bounce off this 200 period moving average. We're in a phase now where we could be making lower lows and lower highs and start to see something like that. It's in position. It could certainly do that, and we could see much further downside. I wouldn't want to be a bull at the moment. If I was going to buy the Nasdaq, I would like to see some green Pro Trade System, a few reds. Okay, there's that pullback, there's that wave, and then a green to go back up. Okay, and we certainly haven't got that at the moment. So we want to trade what we see, not what we're thinking or hearing on the news. We want to trade price, which is the most important thing. Euro dollar. Let's have a little look at euro dollar. Now, euro dollar started on the bigger time frames. If you're struggling to trade the euro dollar, I think if you look at the monthly chart here, it's been green Pro Trade System from this area here, middle of 2020. There's the wave up, there's our trend predictor on the wave back, and then we hit profit target 121 on the PTS. So we got profit targets of 132.58. There's that pullback here. Can you see the pullback? 3 months, well, including March, and we're only a short way through March, but there's that couple of month pullback. So the question is now, is it going to be like this, couple of months, and then we go back up? It's easy, isn't it? Because we're going to wait for that light green candlestick on the monthly if you're a long-term holder or a trader on the euro dollar, but most people are not. So we're down to smaller time frames. So we drop down now to a 1 day chart here, And the colors that we've got here are red. So when it's red, sellers are in control, okay? Sellers are in control of the market. But the question is, the monthly is green and looking actually okay. But the daily is red. So we've got the daily red and it's conflicting with the monthly green. Now what we can do here, and traders here at Trading College, now we wait. We can trade this to the short term down to what you basically hit a few days ago, 119.77. Nice trend predictor saying it's going to go down for another couple of days, which was good. So the key now is if we start to turn green and go back up PTS, now we're in line with the monthly time frame, which is what we want to see, because that's where we have those big, those big trades and those big moves. All right, so we're just getting this choppy price action. We're seeing the markets red and we're playing the short side until we get a green candlestick. And if we get a green candlestick, a nice breakout to the upside, that will be really nice, guys. All right, and then one final one for a bonus here for you. Look at the gold market. We've been bearish gold, as you have heard on these videos. And look at the monthly once again. Just watch the monthly time frame. Here's the monthly. You can see we had a nice pullback. We went higher, green, 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 all the way up. Trend predictor green, green for a couple of months up here. But then we started to get, look at that gap. We get away from that 8 period. When it gets away too quickly, it has to revert back to the mean. Big round number of 2,000. And we're sort of coming back here. On the monthly chart, we're still very bullish because we're making, higher highs and higher lows. Now the key is here, can we hold here and then make a new high on the monthly? But obviously that's a long term trade and most people are not really trading gold in that time frame, maybe investing in buying coins and things like that, and positions, maybe in pensions and things. But you can see here we're red, okay, so we're in sell mode on the daily, and we could certainly get down to 1660 and see further downside. So to just summarize on gold, it's bearish on the daily chart, bearish on the weekly chart, and it's been very, very weak. There's no buyers stepping in. Numerous trend predictor shorts. Here was one, 2 double ones here telling us this is going to go and roll over. We could get down to those 1600 areas, guys, before anything starts to bounce from those gold lows. Okay, so pretty good trading last few weeks again. I mean, we expected these markets just by the signals that I've just showed you today. We could see certainly more downside in the stock markets, and it could accelerate with pace. So just be a little bit careful. Hope to speak to you soon, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of the day. Hope you enjoyed the analysis.